Hey, everybody. Smokey, get that thing over here. There I am. At the movies with film. Got the serious hat on now. At the movies with Film Brown. Got a film that I think you're really going to enjoy this afternoon or this evening or whenever you're watching us. We really saved this one for a while. Lon Chaney Jr. We consider Lon Chaney Jr. sort of a member of our unofficial KTS family. And he made a film in 1956 called The Indestructible Man. Remarkable little film. Actually, it's sort of like a science fiction version of Dragnet, if you will. It's kind of a wacky story here. He plays a guy named Butcher, who is, executed for, he's kind of framed by a bunch of low-life criminals. And he vows before he dies that he's going to come back and rub them all out. You know how that goes. Okay, you've seen many stories like that. And he's electrocuted. He dies. Well, there's this scientist who's doing some kind of wacky research on cancer. And for some reason, he gets a hold of the butcher's body and pumps 200,000 volts of electricity through him. Now, I don't know how this solves any cancer things, but it brings him back to life. Sadly, though, burns out his vocal cords so he can't talk, which is kind of good for us. You know, Lon Chaney at this time in 56, he was sort of still kind of going back into his Lenny stage out of Mice and Men, you know. So so it's okay for him not to be able to talk in this film. But he does a lot of beating up of people, and he does some fantastic things. Smokey, bring the camera in on a close-up of my face here. No, he does this. Bring it in as close as you can. He does a lot of this. Like that. Really cool. You know, you'll see him doing that in a lot of different ways. He's got a kind of a theme going on there, and he kind of plays with that theme. This film was directed by a guy named Jack Pallenfex, okay, who was a writer by and large. He started in the journalistic trade. He wrote Daughter of Dr. Jekyll and Neanderthal Man and Son of Dr. Jekyll for Edgar Ulmer. The film is interesting in who wrote it. A couple women wrote this film by the name of Sue Bradford and Vic Russell. They wrote and produced this film. Likewise, they wrote a film called Monstrosity together, and one of them, the Vi character, she went on to, she was writing for the Gene Autry show. Now, this is a fun film. It's got a nice look. It's got a kind of a gritty street look, kind of noirish. Really looks like a film coming right out of that period of the mid-50s. Matter of fact, it was shot by a guy named John Russell. And John Russell, that should be a name that really resonates with you. He shot Psycho for Alfred Hitchcock. Believe it or not. Matter of fact, he shot a lot of the Alfred Hitchcock Presents and those things on television, which kind of fits, because remember when Hitchcock made Psycho, he was attempting to shoot that on what it would be like using the crew from a television series to shoot that, and he did a remarkable job with that film. One of the things to look at when you're watching this film is just the number of times that you come into extreme close-ups of Lon Chaney doing that little grimace. They use it over and over again. I think he should have got an Academy Award, or at least an honorary mention for that, for Indestructible Man. It's just a nice look for him. Now, it's not Spider Baby. Yeah, we don't get a lot of philosophizing from him, you know, the sermons according to Lon Chaney Jr. But we do, take him in his silent best at this point. Teaching by doing in this film. Going out and getting vengeance on people who did you bad. Those who do you dirt deserve to be taken down in bad ways. Well, have fun with this film.